All right, Ruth chapter 3, let's call this one Worthy and subtitle it Let It Not Be Known, because even though we're going to see that Boaz, as we mentioned in chapter 2, has literally been described as a worthy man, and Ruth's character is going to seem to indicate that she is a worthy woman, Boaz is going to take pains to make sure that he helps to protect her reputation as she makes a bold move in this chapter, understanding that Naomi is going to give her advice that since Boaz is a worthy man who has shown an inclination towards giving this family kindness, he might be willing to go one step further and redeem them, understanding all that they have lost and the way in which Israel's inheritance laws worked. Boaz, being a near enough relative, could help them redeem the property so that the loss of their husbands doesn't mean that they also lose their land. And so she's going to tell Ruth to take a chance, and Ruth is going to take that chance. And there are going to be times in life where making a bold move, even though it is not only well-intentioned, but it is perfectly healthy, it's the right thing to do, it's not always going to be socially acceptable. And that's what we're going to see in this chapter, where she's going to say that after he has finished his work for the day and he's had a chance to eat and rest and relax, go in and lay at his feet as a sign that you are willing to be his wife, basically. And so Ruth is, having seen that Boaz is a worthy man, she's not just going to throw herself at any rich man that comes around. She's going to trust the counsel that she gets from Naomi. She's going to see the kindness that she's gotten from Boaz already, and she is going to make a bold move. But that bold move is not going to necessarily be socially acceptable, because when Boaz sees a woman sleeping at his feet, he is going to be startled because it is, as we said, a bold move. But when he sees that it's Ruth and he hears her explanation, she's going to be very direct. She's not going to play around. She's going to say, spread your protection over your servant. And he is going to be just as direct and say, I will redeem you. But there's a procedure that has to be satisfied, because he is not first in line to redeem the territory. And so he is going to tell her to be patient and wait for him to go through the proper steps to make sure that the redemption is done legally in Israel. But in the meantime, he's going to make sure that whoever has seen her stay overnight in the chamber not get the wrong idea and ruin this woman's reputation, understanding all the kindness that she's shown to Naomi at this point. He's going to understand that she has taken a chance making herself vulnerable, and he's not going to allow that vulnerability to damage the reputation that she has worked so hard to preserve to this point. And so that is one of the things that we see in a healthy, loving relationship. People who, not for any shady purposes, are looking to protect the relationship of people who are taking a chance and doing something that is potentially socially unacceptable, even though it's perfectly acceptable in the eyes of God. She's not going there to sleep with Boaz. She's not going there to do anything shady, but there's simply a lack of time and opportunity for them to speak about this very sensitive matter in a private moment. And so she takes the opportunity, she makes a bold move, and Boaz reciprocates by protecting her reputation until he can perfect the redemption of her and the property that she would be otherwise entitled to in Israel. So to the degree we have people in our lives who are willing to help protect our reputation in times when we're doing things that are morally upright but potentially socially unacceptable, praise God for people who are willing to help protect you in a time when you're trying to get the right thing done, but there's just no easy way to do it. And so, as we often say, the first step is always, when any of us lacks wisdom, ask God, who gives it generously. But to the degree we are genuinely doing the things that God would have us do, but there's simply no socially acceptable way to get it done, praise God for the people in our lives who would help protect our reputation. And more importantly, to the degree that we have the ability to protect people who are just in an awkward situation, even though they're doing the right thing, may we be the kind of people who help make it easy for them to do the right thing, even when it might be socially awkward.